I need all of your guys' help today in this video here. We're gonna go hop on the Africa Twin, and I got a topic I truly need your guys' help with. It's been on my mind so much here, just driving me absolutely nuts. And right when we fire up the bike, I'll let you know where we're going, and you'll kind of get a idea of it. But again, please stick through this one. Help me out. Let's have a conversation down in the comments. And I want, after you truly think about it, not just your first response that comes to your mind, once you truly think about it and hear my situation, kind of think about your situation, I want to hear your feedback and your thoughts on what's going through my head. So anyways, let's go on and get on the Africa Twin, hit the road, and have a chat.
So what I need your guys' help with here today is a decision that I just am having a really hard time making. We're on the Africa Twin right now, and I'm heading to a motorcycle dealer. Not making any moves, right? Not doing anything drastic or spontaneous. I hope not, at least, you know. But, you know, I love the Africa Twin. It's my dream bike. You all know that. I absolutely love it. But, I mean, this is the perfect example on this little dirt road. Just soft gravel. Nothing crazy by any means. Holy smokes. Oh, hold up, guys. Hold up. Yo, look at this. Wowzers. Hold up. Oh my goodness. Yo, I seriously thought it was like, yo, can you all see that? That stick went up from the ground and poked up right there in between my center stand. Oh my goodness. A little tiny stick, so it would have broke. But anyways, it got in there and started bouncing on my foot. I thought it was, in my last video, I asked if snakes jump up. And that's seriously no joke what I thought. But again, it's a light stick, so it would have just broke. But, oh my gosh, that scared the beans out of me. Popped up there, started hitting the back of my foot. And I was like, oh my gosh, snake. Okay, let's get back on the road. Whew, I forgot my train of thought here. Okay, dealer, Africa Twin. Right, you're asking right now, holy smokes, is this Africa Twin fanboy, the dream bike, praised it so much, am I thinking about getting rid of it? Let me put it this way. I'm, like, here's thinking about, right? Here we got rid of the Africa Twin, or you get rid of your bike. Here's thinking about it. Here's contemplating it. I'm still down here, like I'm researching it. Let me close my visor. And by the way, hopefully you guys can hear me fine, because I'm using my HJC helmet again, my modular, and I got the mic in a different position. So hopefully you guys can hear me fine, not too much wind noise or not too much muffle, because it's actually tucked over there kind of closer to my cheek and such. So I know the angle of this, like if I ride my regular ride, it's kind of down. So I gotta sit up straight a little bit here. So okay. What is going through my mind then? Why am I even thinking about this? Why am I even making a video about this? If I'm making a video about it, it's definitely hot and heavy on my mind, right? Because, like, no joke that what I was saying in the beginning where I need you guys' help, it's not, you know, click or, you know, comment down below just to get algorithm going. Like, I truly need some advice and feedback, you know what I mean? And, of course, when you're on a motorcycle, every rider's different, right? You may like this, that, or the other, and so on and so forth. So I understand that, right? My opinion's not gonna be the same as yours isn't the same as mine, yada yada. But I just like hearing other people's feedback, you know. And what I'm going to look at is a KTM dealer, looking at the KTM 890 Adventure, whether that be the regular or the R. Kind of the regular one intrigues me a little bit more. It's kind of got, you know, it looks a little more street friendly. The R looks a little bit more like more focused towards off-road. You had the big fender and stuff like that, so, you know, little things like that. But what has me thinking this even is the Africa Twin. As I stated before many a times, it's a big, heavy bike. It's not so much that it's big that worries me, the height or anything like that. It's the weight, that it's all up here in this massive gas tank. And just cutting to the chase, that's what's really has me intrigued with the 890 Adventure, is that gas tank down low and big. It's innovative. It's so cool. I know nothing about KTM bikes, so let me put that out there, right? When I was even shopping the Africa Twin, KTM wasn't even on my mind, right? I looked at the Tenere 700, I looked at BMWs, you know, again, the KTMs were not even on my mind. I know minimal about them, you know. Now, lately, I've been watching tons of videos. I've gotten on Facebook forums and stuff. But that's, if you think about the two bikes, yeah, you know, I think the Africa Twin is more like touring. You got a little more touring comfort. It's big, you're on top of it, you know, you got all this coverage, which you got a lot of that on the KTM as well. You got Apple CarPlay, you got all this stuff you can adjust, electronic suspension, so on and so forth. This is a very comfortable bike, right? I'm not hating on the Africa Twin one bit. Y'all know I won't, right? I absolutely love it. But the KTM, I think, with that low weight and everything, is gonna make me a little bit more comfortable off-road, because I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm good, right? So don't be thinking I'm sounding cocky here or anything, but I'm fairly comfortable off-road. Like when I go into some turns on loose gravel, I get a little nervous. I can play tires here or there, you know. But again, with the Africa Twin, you feel that weight when you're going into the turn, and you kind of feel it slide about. It's like, oh geez, I don't want this thing to go down. So that's nerve-wracking, especially off-road. Now when I'm going straight, I'm perfectly fine. But I got this bad habit, as you all know, when I'm off-road, I like taking a random turn, right? Even if I'm on a dirt road and I see a little turn off, I want to take that sometimes, you know? Not saying the KTM is going to be miles easier to handle, but I think it's going to be significantly easier to handle in situations if I get myself in a sticky situation, and it will kind of relieve some of that, right? When I'm on the Africa Twin and I'm going down dirt road and I see a cutoff, I'm like, yeah, okay, no, maybe I'll come back on my 300L on that, you know? I mean, I go down some, but again, yeah, if you get in a situation on the Twin, I mean, your day's ruined, you know what I mean? So, and again, I know it's still going to be a handful on the KTM, I understand that, but it's going to be a significant amount less than the Africa Twin. And at the core, that's really it, you know? That is the meat and potatoes why this is going through my mind. I love off-roading. I love adventures, which, you know, that's another thing. Adventure is what you make it, right? Like this is an adventure. My navigation told me to turn way back there. I'm just going straight and I'll find a turn to get to the road, you know? I like going just wherever, exploring, you know? If I wasn't going somewhere, I'd turn down one of these dirt roads, or you might go to a dead end, but who knows, you know? That's my style. I like riding without a plan and exploring, you know? Being prepared and safe, but again, just exploring the unknown. And I feel like the KTM will open up a little bit more of that for me. I love getting off the road, you know, and that's it. I want to expand my options for dirt, and I think again the KTM will open up a little bit more of those for me. Now we can put that multiple ways, which some people will in the comments as well. Oh, you're just not good enough for the Africa Twin. The Africa Twin is yada yada, which I've stated before in other videos. The Africa Twin will always be better to me, and that's one thing I love about the Africa Twin. It's not one of those bikes you're going to outgrow and be like, oh man, I wish I could have this or this, you know? The Africa Twin has it, and it will do it all. You got to get as good as the Africa Twin, which is, you know, it'd take a little while. I might have to start hitting the gym, you know what I mean, instead of sitting in front of a computer. You know, that mainly for picking it up and stuff, you know? One thing that concerns me, you hear a lot about KTM, is reliability. Now this goes multiple ways, okay? You read online, you read forums, you read reviews, you watch reviews on YouTube, and a lot of them are loaner bikes, which is, I mean, they're good reviews, but I take loaner or media bikes as a grain of salt, right? Because they're happy the company's sending them, yada, yada, yada. So I take that with a grain of salt. I like seeing owner feedback, right? So I got on the Facebook forum and I started talking, hey, yo, how about the reliability of this, that, and the other? Is it true? What kind of issues do you have? And you get mixed results. Some people will say, there's no issues whatsoever, just maintain your bike, you're perfectly fine, you know, this, yada, yada, yada. And you can take that multiple ways as well, right? You got the owner of the KTM, they love their bike, they're proud of their bike, they're loyal to the brand, so they're going to rave about it. It's like me and the Africa Twin. I love it. I swear by it. I will recommend this bike high and low. The only thing I would tell people is it's heavy. Be prepared to the weight, you know? So, again, you got to take that also with a slight grain of salt right there. But I still stand by that a bit. Like, take care of your stuff, and you'll be perfectly fine. Tear it up, don't maintain it, and then you'll be in a situation. Goes with anything. But, you know, that Honda reliability is nice peace of mind. You put the key and you turn it, and, you know, the thing always starts up. Now, this bike has tons of electronics and stuff, so there's more stuff that can go wrong with it, but again, a Honda's a Honda. Let's be real here, you know. So as far as reliability, I think that's not a big concern on my list. I mean, heck, I just bought a Jeep Gladiator. In my previous Jeep Gladiator, I wonder what that, oh, that was gated off. My previous Jeep Gladiator, why I got rid of it, I had a 22, I think it was. I got it at the end of 21. The check engine light came on at 800 miles. That's the reason I got rid of it. I said, okay, I did not spend 50 some odd $1,000 on a vehicle for the check engine light to come on at 800 miles. Yeah, it's under warranty and everything, but I said, nope. So I'm sorry, that's not what I spent my hard-earned money on. Let me get rid of it. So I got rid of it, and when it got a Honda truck, you know. So again, and my point there is, I'm in another Jeep Gladiator, even knowing that was an issue. Why? Because the Jeep Gladiator is such a fun vehicle, versatile vehicle. It can do everything I want, right? You got the bed, you got the truck, you can take the top off, you can go on adventures, you have fun in it, and you can utilize it. You know what I mean? You can take it a lot of places. That's kind of, again, as far as reliability, where I sit on the KTM. It's like, okay, if it has it, well, it's under warranty. If I'm going to have this much more versatility with it, okay, I got a KTM dealer that's 45 minutes away, hour away, which we're going to today. So again, the reliability issues, I think it depends on the owner and how you're riding it, kind of. A Honda's a Honda, right? Yamaha, Suzuki, they're tried and true. They kind of stick to what they have. KTM, they got so many stinking models and they crank so many out and they change them constantly. So maybe that could play into it. I don't know. Anyways, reliability, I take that with a pinch of salt as well. I don't think that's a big concern. One thing that does kind of stick into my mind a little bit, and again, take this lightly, personal preference here, I think the KTM is, how do I put this? I don't want to say ugly, because I don't think it's ugly, but I hate orange. I don't like the color orange. Okay, let's put it there. I wish it was like black and white or solid black. You know, I don't like the orange. So, and then the R version, you got like that blue tank or something it looks like online. I don't know. We're going to look at an R right here, but you know, I think the bikes, they don't look near as good as the Africa Twin. I mean, looks are subjective, and looks aren't going to get me through trails, right? So of course we got that. But again, I every time I go in the garage, I turn around to look at the Africa Twin, even to this day, because it is such a darn good looking motorcycle. Everybody that sees it comments on it, questions about it, because it's an eye catcher. It's a good looker, you know. And I'm sorry, in my personal opinion, the KTM 890 Adventure or any KTM bike doesn't look as good as the Africa Twin. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Again, that's our at least a bit of concern, right? We want usability, versatility, capability before that. But again, we still want a good looker, right? That's not what she said. So anyways, let's go on a stew on that for a little bit. I'm about to jump onto the highway up here. We're going to go a little bit faster. So I'm going to take the GoPro off because we all know as you get some wind noise in there. But let's go on a stew on that for a little bit. Think about it. I'll come back with you guys and we'll touch base together and see, you know, what we all come up with after we think about all the situations. And I want you to think about your situation and my situation and let me know down below.
So I am back from our little journey to the dealer to take a look at the KTM. Now, they didn't have the KTM 890, the regular Adventure. They had the Adventure R, which is not really my interest. I think that's a little bit maybe above what I'm shooting for. And when they pulled it out and I sat on it, it definitely just closed the door on that and really solidified what I thought about it. Like, okay, that bike is a bit more than what I'm trying to do here. It's kind of like that really experienced off-roader that just wants to get gnarly. It's almost like a 300L on steroids, you know? It's like a serious adventure dual sport dirt bike. I mean, the thing's massive. I was on my tippy toes. It was higher than the Africa Twin. The suspension was incredibly firm, which you can adjust up there and everything. So anyways, I concluded that, like, I definitely don't want the Adventure R KTM 890. I still need to swing my leg over a regular one and kind of see right there. And you know what? That honestly might close the door on this whole thing that's going through my mind, you know? And riding the Africa Twin today. I was on the road 3 hours, maybe a little bit more, 4 hours, something like that. Again, gosh, I absolutely love the Africa Twin. I do. It's comfortable. I can adjust my suspension, you know. It's fantastic on the road. It does it all. Yeah, it's a handful off-road. There's no denying it, right? And that's the other thing I was thinking. And I want to hear, again, what you guys came up with as well. But I've been on the Africa Twin a little over a year now, something like that. And I'm thinking maybe I just need to give it more time and build up my skill. And I feel like even other than skill, it's strength and like serious body strength. I'm 40 years old, right? Not a fan of the gym, you know? So I don't know, you know, I don't know. Is it skill? Is it body strength? Is it being able to lift it up and just handle a little bit more? I think it's a combination of everything, you know, to really build it up to that off-road, maybe more aggressive tires than I've tried so far. I don't know. There's a lot of things still going through my head, but that's something I came up with right there. It's like, do I need to give it more time and really build up my skill for it? Because that's the only reason I'm contemplating this right here. It's not that I don't like the Africa Twin, so stick with me, okay? And vibe with me here. It's that I want to progress more and I want to go a little bit further off-road and not necessarily take more risks, but take more random turns. That's what I want to do right here, okay? So, again, I absolutely love this bike. It's just, you know, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, guys. Let's spark this conversation. I need some serious help right here. So hopefully we can get something rolling down there. Maybe just squash all this. And then maybe I can go find an 890 Adventure regular, sit on it. And maybe this whole debacle will be over. But anyways, let's spark that conversation down below. I'm really excited to talk with you guys about it. And again, thank you so much for coming along for this adventure, this chit chat. Thank you for your help in advance. And I hope to catch you in the next adventure. Bye now.